crushing it.
Yeah, he's not content with just being good for his circumstances, you know?
Yeah, what does that say about his mindset?
Everything.
No.
I mean, this is Bob Wieland competing at the highest level.
Wow.
And the world took notice.
Yeah.
In 1995, named Most Courageous Man in America by the NFLPA and the Jim Thorpe Foundation a year earlier. People magazine includes him as one of their 6 most amazing Americans in the last 20 years. And then you got the Los Angeles Herald-Examiner named his story one of the top 100 sports stories of the past 100 years.
Wow. Talk about racking up the accolades. It's like everyone was recognizing him for something a little different, but
Yeah.
it's all kind of the same thing. You know, he
Yeah.
was doing things that people thought were impossible.
Right.
And doing them with this incredible spirit that just resonated with everyone.
I think that, speaking of recognition, that photo that you mentioned of Bob with President Reagan,
Oh, yeah.
that's not just a celebrity meet and greet.
Right.
That's a testament to how Bob's story transcended sports
Okay.
and touched like a national nerve.
Yeah.
You know?
We have the photo right here, Bob, with President Reagan inscription reading, "To Bob Wieland, congratulations and best wishes, Ronald Reagan."
Wow.
I mean, to have that from a sitting president, what do you think that meant to Bob?
It's like recognition at the highest level. You know?
Yeah.
It's America saying, we see you, we appreciate you, you're one of us.
Yeah.
And that's not even mentioning his title of Spirit of America.
Right.
Which kind of sums it all up.
Spirit of America, that's powerful.
that? Yeah.
His 2 bike rides across America in 1996.
Oh, wow.
He biked across the whole country twice to raise awareness for disabled veterans.
Right. Oh
What's
my-
to say there aren't other grand adventures that we haven't heard about yet?
Exactly. It just speaks to this like pattern of him constantly pushing those boundaries, you know?
Yeah.
But even focusing on what we do know, there's so much to unpack.
Yeah.
For me, one of the most powerful things about Bob's story is that he didn't just achieve all these incredible things
Yeah.
for himself. You know,
Right.
he used those experiences to empower others.
That's a great point. I remember we talked about how that appearance on That's Incredible wasn't just him showing off. It was about sharing that message. Totally, yeah.
Of resilience.
Yeah. And that seems to be the common thread, you know,
Yeah.
throughout his life.
Yeah, and think about his time with the Green Bay Packers, too.
Right.
It wasn't just about giving tips on strength training or flexibility.
Exactly.
He was embodying a philosophy of pushing beyond your limits.
Totally.
It's like he was saying, if I can walk across America on my hands,
Right.
you can definitely push through this fourth quarter.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
But beyond the athletic side,
Uh-huh.
didn't he also do a lot of work advocating for disabled veterans?
Yes. He used that platform to raise awareness and support for those who had served, you know, really channeling his own experiences into a force for positive change.
It's funny, when we first started this deep dive,
Yeah.
I thought we were just going to be talking about that one incredible walk.
I know, right?
But as we've gone deeper,
It's become so much more.
it's so much more than that.
Yeah. It's really a testament to the fact that sometimes the most remarkable stories are about so much more than just the headline-grabbing feats.
Yeah,
You know?
right.
It's about the impact someone has on the world,
Uh-huh.
the way they inspire others to strive for their best.
Exactly. And that's what makes Bob Wieland's story so relevant even today, you know,
Yeah.
in a world that often focuses on limitations.
Mm.
He chose to focus on possibilities.
Yeah.
And that's a message we can all learn from no matter our circumstances.
So what's the biggest takeaway for you? What's the one thing you hope listeners will remember about Bob Wieland?
For me, it's that limitations are often self-imposed.
Okay.
You know, Bob Wieland's life is a powerful reminder that with enough grit, determination, and belief in something bigger than ourselves,
Yeah.
we can achieve things we might have thought impossible.
But, okay, even sticking to what we know for sure,
Yeah.
there's still so much to explore in Bob's life.
Yeah.
And one area I feel like we haven't touched on yet is the role of faith in his journey.
Right. You know, it's a dimension that adds another layer of depth to his story. You know,
Yeah.
from everything we've read, you know, Bob's faith wasn't just a personal belief. It was an active force in his life.
Right.
It seems to have fueled his resilience and determination every step of the way.
And it's interesting because in some of these articles, there's this sense that his faith wasn't just about finding comfort or solace.
Right.
It was about pushing himself to do more, to be more.
Uh-huh.
Like he believed that his challenges were opportunities to demonstrate the power of faith in action.
Exactly. And that's where the idea of him walking across America on his hands takes on a whole new meaning.
Yeah.
You know, it becomes less about the physical feat itself
Right.
and more about a testament to the strength he found in his faith.
It's almost like he was saying, if God can bring me through losing my legs in Vietnam, then I can walk across America on my hands to inspire others.
Right. And it wasn't just about personal strength either.
Right.
You know, his faith seemed to guide his desire to serve others, particularly disabled veterans.
Okay.
It's that dedication to something larger than himself
Yeah.
that really makes his story resonate.
Yeah, it really makes you rethink what's possible, both physically and spiritually.
Yeah.
And, as we wrap up this deep dive, I think that's the biggest takeaway for me.
What's that?
The idea that we're capable of so much more than we often realize.
Absolutely. Bob Wieland's life is a testament to that.
Yeah.
He didn't let his circumstances define him.
Right.
He used them as a springboard
Yeah.
to achieve things most of us wouldn't even dream of.
Yeah.
And that's incredibly inspiring.
It really is. And it reminds us that sometimes the greatest achievements start with a simple decision. To believe in something bigger than ourselves, to push beyond our perceived limitations, and to embrace the challenges that come our way.
Right.
So to everyone listening, maybe today is the day you start your own walk across America.
Yeah.
Whatever that may look like for you, you might be surprised at what you can accomplish when you set your mind to it and let your spirit soar.
Beautifully said. And with that, we conclude our deep dive into the extraordinary life of Bob Wieland.